Making a longboard. Video 2. You're going to begin by going to the big bandsaw with the instructor, who's going to resaw your boards or create what's called a book match. Our next step is to glue that book match. So begin by getting plywood cauls that have plastic on the faces. Get some bar clamps and place your boards on top of the bars. We're going to use those plywood cauls to hold this thin book match together. And complete a dry clamp up, like photo 2 posted in the shop. Show the instructor, and upon approval, glue up your 2 boards. The next day, unclamp your boards, scrape off any dried glue, and go to the wide belt sander with the instructor to make 2 smooth faces. Get some plywood from the instructor that'll be the core of your board, and set up the vacuum press. We're going to glue your plywood core onto your lumber book match pieces. Spread glue evenly on both faces, and you're going to put it into what's called the vacuum press. The vacuum press has a bag that is wrapped around what's called a platen. There will be cardboard on the underside and on top of our board when we put it in. That way, if any glue squeezes out, it won't squeeze out all around the bag. At this point, all we have to do is seal up the end of the bag and turn the machine on so that it is on auto cycling. Choose a longboard template and trace it onto your board. You're going to go with the instructor to the bandsaw to cut out your shape. When you're cutting out your shape, you're going to want to leave the pencil line. We're going to sand to the pencil line later. We're going to use the vertical sander to do most of our sanding. Keep your board flat on the table and make sure you keep it moving. Lightly sand off all the machine marks and sand to your pencil line. Once you are done sanding, you're going to use a handheld router to round over the edges of your board. The instructor will show you how to safely use this machine. Hand sand any machine marks that were left on the edges of your board. And then let's go back to the finishing table and put some finish on both sides. Now all that's left to do is you buy trucks and wheels and go for a ride. This concludes video 2 of making a longboard. Let's get in the shop so we can get back to building.